Okay guys, today we are taking some of our favorite childhood classic after-school snacks and comfort foods. I'm talking Mr. Noodles and Kraft Dinner, the ones that we loved so much as a child and probably still love as adults, and that's okay. We're gonna make them vegan. We're gonna make them just as delicious. We're gonna make them even a little bit healthier, and we're gonna add lots of extra protein to each of these recipes. I am so stoked to show you guys some of my favorite childhood meals that are probably some of your favorite childhood meals, and it's gonna be so great. This is a two-part series, so if you want to see the second part, you gotta make sure you subscribe below so you don't miss out on that future video. Let's get into our first childhood classic. Number one is Mr. Noodles. Now, before I even start, did you guys know that Mr. Noodles are actually vegan? Crazy, I know. I didn't know this for a long time, but now I know. It's made with artificial chicken flavor, artificial beef flavor, so whatever kind of Mr. Noodles you have other than the shrimp flavor, because that one I know is not vegan, you can use them. If you're gluten-free though, like I am, Mr. Noodles are now off the table. But what we do have are these delicious brown rice ramen noodles that you can get at Costco. They're my favorite. I use them all the time when I'm craving a ramen or things kind of like Mr. Noodles. I don't know about you, but one of my weirdest obsessions as a kid after school was taking a pack of Mr. Noodles, crunching it up in the bag, pouring over the seasoning and just eating it like a chip, like crackers. Like, my parents thought I was so weird, but I was not the only one. I know that you did it too. Let me know if you did. So, maybe not the healthiest snack, but it was so delicious and I have no shame. And I, as an adult, really do miss, you know, just the nostalgia of having a Slurpee bowl of Mr. Noodles after school. So I'm gonna do that for you today, but we're gonna make it a little healthier. We're gonna add a little bit of creaminess. We're gonna add some extra delicious, flavorful ingredients. We're gonna add some vegetables. We're gonna add some protein. So you're not just getting a bowl of carbs. You're gonna get some healthy fats. You're gonna get some protein. It's gonna be delicious, and you can pretty much use anything that's in your fridge and pantry. It's so customizable. Let's get into it. Okay people, so what you're about to see is not so much a recipe, but more of a tasty set of guidelines to help you create the most delicious, almost instant ramen noodles. So let's warm up about half a tablespoon of sesame oil in a pot, and then we're gonna add some minced garlic and ginger and some sliced carrots. We're gonna saute that for just a couple minutes to kind of get things smelling nice. We're gonna add some water and a little bit of coconut milk to help things get creamy. And then for extra flavor, we're gonna add some of my favorite better than bouillon vegetable broth base. Once that's come to a boil, turn it down and add a couple handfuls of spinach or any other greens you like. I love to add about a cup or so of edamame, and then I add in some miso paste at the end after I've turned off the heat to add extra savory umami flavor. And that's literally it. Like, it's so simple. Add in some cooked ramen noodles and then top it with whatever you like or whatever is available in your fridge. For me, red onion or green onion is always a good choice. Some pickled jalapenos or anything pickly that you like. I also love this furikake seasoning. I love to add a little extra sesame oil, or really you can add pretty much whatever you feel like and whatever are your favorite ramen toppings. There's so many amazing and delicious and cheap ways to totally amp up your instant ramen noodles to make them more nutritious, more high protein, more filling, and just overall more healthy. So I definitely hope you give some of these hacks a try. Nachos and cheese, you guys. Nachos and cheese. Okay. It was always such a treat when we had like a block of cheese in the house as a kid. I know it sounds crazy, but like cheese has always been expensive. And man, having 3 kids in the house growing up, cheese did not last long in our house. So whenever I had the opportunity after school to grate up some cheddar on a plate of salty AF tortilla chips and pop it in the microwave, call it nachos, call it a day. Literally, it was the freaking best thing ever. Salty, cheesy gooiness, and it's something that I still crave to this day. And so today I'm gonna show you guys my new favorite way to kind of health up my nachos while adding a considerable amount of protein with this really cool tofu chip hack that I'm so excited to show you. You're gonna be totally addicted to tofu chips every time you make nachos, and for so many other things as well. Let's get into it. For me, nachos are all about the delicious toppings. They gotta be fresh, they gotta be delicious. I love tomatoes and corn and green onion, but you use whatever you love. So let's start with these nacho chips. Grab yourself a block of extra firm tofu, and then you're going to thinly slice them up into about 1/4 inch thick slices, and then cut them in half into little triangles like you see here to kind of replicate the shapes of tortilla chips. So smart, right? And then to make these oil-free, as sometimes I like to cook oil-free, I am going to add a little bit of soy sauce to the bowl, and then we're just going to lightly toss our tofu chips in the soy sauce, and we're just going to add some taco or fajita seasoning. You can use the store-bought kind, or you can check out my recipe below that I love to use. Give them a little toss, make sure every tofu chip is evenly coated in the spices. Then just pop them on a lightly oiled baking tray, and you're going to bake them for about 18 to 20 minutes until they're nice and crispy. While they're baking up, you can prepare your toppings. So I just sliced up my green onions and my tomatoes, and pretty much by the time I finished prepping my ingredients, my chips came out looking totally delicious. You want them to be pretty crisped up but not burnt, because they are going to go back in the oven again while we make our batch of nachos. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still using tortilla chips because I love the crunch of tortilla chips, but I want to add that extra protein, so we're getting like 2 kinds of chips by adding the tofu nacho chips. Then add your vegan cheese, and for me, I always love to bake my nachos with the green onion because there's nothing better than crispy baked green onions. Oh my gosh. We're going to pop the whole tray back in the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes, or until your plant-based cheese has just begun to melt. Now you can add all of your healthy toppings. So for me, it's those chopped Roma tomatoes. I got some frozen corn that I thawed. I added more green onion, and then you can add even more delicious toppings. For me, I like to serve my nachos with salsa. I like to add some either guacamole or just mashed avocado and a little dollop of vegan sour cream, and you instantly have a much more leveled up plate of nachos that are more filling, more nutritious, more high protein, and with more veggies. It's a total win-win. Okay, I don't know about you, but if you showed up to school, cracked open your lunchbox, and had a Lunchables mini pizza kit in your lunchbox, you were the freaking coolest kid in the class, and everyone wanted to trade lunches with you, and you would say, nah, back off, these are my Lunchables. And I literally still think about Lunchables to this day. The pizzas are like so ridiculous because when you think about it, it's basically garbage, but it's so delicious. Why? I don't know. But now I feel like my taste buds maybe are a little bit more elevated as an adult, and I kind of like to bake my pizzas when I eat them now. And so I'm gonna show you how to make an elevated Lunchables mini pizza. It's gonna be so delicious, and I'm gonna show you 3 different pizza crusts that you can try. So you have lots of different options depending on the ingredients you have in your pantry, and these Lunchable mini pizzas are of course going to be much higher in protein than what you would have got as a kid. All right. So we're gonna ditch the pepperoni slices that traditionally come with Lunchables, and we're gonna make a delicious and totally plant-based tempeh sausage crumbles. These are going to blow your mind. They're so easy and they're so delicious. So you're just gonna crumble up 1 block of tempeh into a saucepan. You're gonna add some veggie broth. You're gonna add a little bit of sweetener. I like maple syrup, but you can use any other sweetener you like. And we're gonna add some balsamic vinegar. This kind of replicates the flavor of Worcestershire sauce, but if you have vegan Worcestershire, definitely add it. Then you're gonna add some soy sauce and some delicious flavorful spices. You're gonna add some extra black pepper, and you're just gonna give that all a stir. You're gonna bring that mixture up to kind of a rapid simmer or a little boil. And then you're pretty much just going to let all that liquid evaporate from the tempeh crumbles as it cooks. Stir it frequently until pretty much all the liquid has evaporated, and you have like these little sausage crumbles that are like little flavorful flavor bombs. That's right, you heard what I said, flavorful flavor bombs. Now time to assemble the pizza crust. So if you have access to gluten-free pizza crusts, then by all means grab yourself some, or you can use English muffins, or if you even have sweet potatoes and you frequently make sweet potato toast like I do, you can use some leftover sweet potato toast slices. So genius. Next, add some marinara sauce on your pizza crust base. It's a great cheap hack if you don't have the ready-made pizza sauce available, which I pretty much never do. Then add some vegan mozzarella cheese shreds, and those tempeh sausage crumbles, and then pretty much add any other vegetable-based toppings of your choice. For me, I gotta have the mushrooms on my pizza. It's what I love, but you do you, boo. Then you're just gonna pop your pizzas in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees. Let them cook up, let them get all melty and delicious and steaming hot, and that's it. That's literally how easy it is to make your own tiny, miniature, personal-sized pizzas that are much healthier for you, that have much more protein, and they're just so fun and they're so delicious. And for me, they're just so darn nostalgic of my childhood that it just makes me happy to eat them. And I know that they're maybe still not the healthiest food out there, but they're healthier when I'm craving my Lunchables mini pizzas like I had as a kid. Part 2 is coming up, so make sure you subscribe below so you don't miss it. If you like this video, give it a like, and also let me know in a comment down below what was your favorite childhood meal. I really want to know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!